At the child who knew too much. I swear to you, everything I'm about to tell you is the truth. My own eyes saw it, my own ears heard it, and my own soul carries the weight of it. It began when the harmattan winds were still strong, dusting our village of Olorun with a fine red powder. The elders had gathered under the great baobab tree, their voices low and their faces troubled. The child had arrived that morning, alone, barefoot, no more than 7 years old. He had the eyes of someone who had seen too much. His name, he said, was Etim. No one knew where he came from. He had wandered in from the western road, where the land stretches dry and empty for miles. His clothes were tattered, but his posture was straight, and he spoke with the confidence of someone who did not fear the world. When the chief, Baba Afolabi, asked him who his parents were, Etim only shook his head. "I have come to warn you," he said, his small voice carrying across the gathering. "Something terrible is coming." At first, we thought he was a lost child, speaking nonsense. But then he turned to Iyankem, the old midwife, and whispered something to her. She gasped, covered her mouth, and would not speak. Later, she admitted that the boy had told her something no one but she should have known. Something about a child she had lost many years ago. That was when we started to fear him. A child who knew too much could not be natural. Over the next few days, he spoke to others. To Ade, the hunter, he described a dream in which Ade's brother, long thought dead, was calling out from beneath the roots of an iroko tree. Ade went to the place Etim described and found his brother's hunting spear buried in the ground. To Mama Oyin, the weaver, he whispered a name of a man who had once been her lover before he had left without a word. No one in the village had ever heard that name before. Each time the villagers' unease grew. "He is not an ordinary child," they murmured. "He is a spirit or a trickster sent by the gods." Baba Afolabi was the only one who remained calm. "The boy has not harmed anyone," he said. "We must not fear knowledge." But fear had already taken root. One evening, a team came to me. I was sitting outside my hut, carving a new handle for my machete. He sat beside me without asking, and for a long time he said nothing. Then in a quiet voice, he told me what would happen in 3 nights' time. "The river will rise," he said, "and the bridge will not hold." I stopped carving. "What do you mean?" "There will be rain, heavy rain. The bridge will break and people will die." I wanted to dismiss him, but something about the way he spoke chilled me. That night, I told Baba Afolabi what the boy had said. He listened, nodding slowly. Then he gathered the elders and we agreed that, as a precaution, no one should cross the bridge after nightfall for the next few days. 3 nights later, the storm came. The sky cracked open with thunder, and the rains poured like the heavens had broken apart. The river swelled with a terrible force, and just as a team had said, the bridge collapsed. Had we not listened, many would have been lost. The next morning, the village was silent. The people were afraid. And then, just like that, Etim was gone. His sleeping mat in the chief's hut was empty. His footprints, led to the western road, the same road he had come from, and then disappeared into the dust. We searched for him, but it was as if he had never been there at all. To this day, we do not know who or what he was. Some say he was a wandering prophet. Others believe he was a messenger of the ancestors. A few still whisper that he was not human at all. But I know what I saw, and I know what I heard. And I know that for the rest of my life, I will always listen when a child speaks.